You are not going to believe what just happened on live. Amara La Negra, the queen of bold truths and no filters, just exploded the internet with a fiery, unexpected expose aimed directly at none other than Princess Love. Yes, you heard that, right? During what was supposed to be a casual Instagram live about motherhood and career moves. Amara flipped the entire vibe when she dropped not one, not two, but a full avalanche of secrets that left fans gasping for air. We're talking betrayal, hidden feuds, and behind-the-scenes scandals that have been brewing for years. Eyewitnesses in the live say the moment felt surreal. One second, they were laughing about hair care tips, and the next Amara's tone shifted. Her smile vanished and her voice got cold. "You want to play perfect, huh? Let's talk about what you really did," she said, staring straight into the camera. The comments section exploded. Fans started flooding in, screen recording the moment like their lives depended on it. Princess Love hadn't even responded yet, and already hashtags like #Amara exposed her and #Princess lied were trending worldwide. What could have pushed Amara to go live with this kind of drama? What secrets have been lurking in the shadows? And is this the final blow to a friendship fans thought was real? Buckle up, because what's coming next is messier than a reunion special gone wrong. Keep watching. The live had barely been going for 10 minutes when the energy shifted. Amara La Negra sat in her usual confident stance. Curls voluminous, lips glossed, sipping on a smoothie as she answered fan questions about upcoming music. At first, everything seemed lighthearted. She laughed. She smiled. She threw playful shade. But the moment someone in the comments brought up Princess Love, the air got tight. Amara's face didn't change immediately, but her fingers froze around the glass. She took a beat, let out a long breath, then leaned closer to the camera. "Y'all really want to talk about Princess?" she asked, voice low but sharp, like she was asking permission to unleash hell. And then she did. Let's just say that one who's always preaching loyalty and sisterhood ain't exactly practicing what she posts, Amara said. Her eyes narrowed. Because the same girl who sat in my house, ate my food, smiled in my face, was doing the most behind my back. Fans watching live started flooding the chat. Some begged her to stop. Others begged her to go on. The comments split into two camps instantly. Those who believed Amara had every right to speak her truth, and those who were stunned she was doing it live. Amara didn't flinch. "You want to pretend like I'm the problem, Princess?" asked. "Fine. But let's talk about the night you showed up to my baby shower late and left early with my ex's number in your phone." That one line sent the internet into meltdown. Fans watching couldn't type fast enough. Within seconds, screen recordings of the live hit Twitter and Instagram. TikTokers were already reacting in split-screen edits. The drama had officially reached escape velocity. What followed was a 20-minute spiral of raw confessions, half-coded accusations, and moments where Amara looked like she was holding back tears. "I'm not doing this for clout," she said. "I stayed quiet when she called me dramatic. I stayed quiet when she said I was jealous. But what I won't do is let someone play victim when they're out here moving shady as hell." The live gained viewers by the second. The shade got darker. Amara hinted at private DMs, stolen business opportunities, and even a moment where she claims Princess tried to pitch a show idea that was originally hers. "And don't even get me started on that deal with the skincare brand," Amara added. "She knew I was in talks with them first. But suddenly, Princess is their new ambassador. Make it make sense." Across town, Princess Love was silent. She hadn't gone live. She hadn't posted. But people close to her started leaking messages. Her team was allegedly in crisis mode. A source claimed that Princess had texted Amara the night before, begging her not to bring this to the public. But clearly, that plea was ignored. Things got messier when Ray J Princess's on-again, off-again husband liked to comment under a blog post that read, "Amara finally said what we all knew. Fans went wild. Was Ray J siding with Amara? Or was it just a messy, Either way, the damage was done. By the end of the live, Amara ended it with one sentence that echoed across every blog, every recap, and every fan reaction. Sometimes the real snakes wear diamonds and smile in your face. The moment the live ended, fans swarmed the comments of both Amara and Princess's pages. Some demanded a response, others called for peace. But the silence from Princess only made things louder. Meanwhile, Amara disappeared. No tweets, no stories, no follow-up posts. It was like she dropped a bomb and walked away from the wreckage. But behind the scenes, sources say the fallout was immediate. One insider claimed that Princess called Mona Scott-Young the powerhouse behind Love and Hip Hop, demanding that Amara be removed from upcoming episodes. She crossed the line, Princess allegedly said. This wasn't supposed to be public. But Mona reportedly refused to intervene, saying, "This is ratings gold." Producers began rearranging shoot schedules. Some scenes were postponed, and others were rushed to capture real-time reactions from cast members. Even longtime friends of both women began choosing sides. Trina allegedly posted a cryptic tweet, "Loyalty ain't loud, but betrayal always screams." Fans instantly assumed she was siding with Amara. By morning, Amara's live had been reposted over 100 times by gossip pages. Fans were dissecting every sentence, zooming in on her facial expressions, trying to match names to the tea she poured. One TikTok went viral with over 4 million views analyzing her comment about the ex and comparing timelines, Queen, Amara's breakup, and Princess's event appearances. Then came the blogs, Hollywood Unlocked, The Shade Room, Baller, Alert. All of them picked up the story. Headlines read, "Amara drags Princess on live, claims betrayal over ex, brands, and more." Under every post, thousands of comments debated who was right and who was reaching. Some fans defended Princess, saying she'd always seemed loyal. Others argued Amara had been holding back for too long. One commenter wrote, "Amara's been smiling through betrayal for years. Y'all just shocked she finally snapped?" Princess's silence became a story of its own. People started to wonder, was it guilt, strategy, or shock? But then, just as things were starting to settle, a voice note leaked, allegedly sent from Amara to a close friend. The voice note featured her saying, "I know I'm going to get dragged for this, but if I don't speak now, I'm going to lose my mind. She took everything from me. My peace, my ideas, my name in these rooms. I'm done playing nice." The friend who leaked it later claimed she only did it to show Amara's heart. But the damage was already spreading. The leak gave fans even more confirmation that this wasn't just a petty fight. This was deep, painful betrayal. And then, out of nowhere, Princess finally posted a single black screen with white letters that said, "Truth always comes out, but it won't be from me." No tags, no caption. Nothing else. The post racked up over 500,000 likes in hours. Fans were divided. Some called it classy. Others said it was calculated. But either way, it poured gasoline on a fire that was already blazing. Amara didn't respond to the post directly, but fans noticed she unfollowed several mutual friends, including Trina, Moniece, and even a longtime producer on Love and Hip Hop. People began speculating that more betrayals had come to light. And just as the internet thought it had a grip on the situation, Amara dropped a cryptic story, a blurry photo of a contract. No names, no date. Just a small caption that read, "They said it wasn't mine, but now it is." Fans started theorizing. Was it the brand deal? A TV project? Something she'd fought to reclaim? Whatever it was, the message was clear. Amara wasn't done. Not by a long shot. And that's where the tension sat heavy and thick. With Princess silent but watching, Amara wounded but fighting, and fans divided like never before. But the biggest bomb that hadn't dropped yet. The blurry contract story had barely been up for an hour when screenshots started circulating online. Fans zoomed in, enhanced the image, even ran it through filters trying to read the fine print. Some claimed they spotted the words exclusive rights and production credit. Others swore it was tied to a pilot Amara and Princess allegedly co-pitched 2 years ago, a show that never aired. But rumors said was stolen, shelved, and shopped to another network without Amara's name on it. By lunchtime, someone claiming to be an intern at a major streaming platform came forward anonymously. They said the project was real. It had a working title, Queen Things. And both Amara and Princess were listed as creators until a revised version removed Amara completely. The bombshell. The pitch had gone through, and the network greenlit a version starring only Princess Amara's. Fans erupted. Twitter threads exploded. TikTok sleuths put together a detailed timeline, linking events from the past year from Amara's mysterious Instagram. Breakdowns to her sudden absence at several joint appearances. It all started making sense. The betrayal wasn't just personal, it was professional. And fans felt like they'd been watching the slow unraveling of a backstab in real time. Things reached a boiling point when the official trailer for a new docuseries called Legacy Queens dropped on the same network mentioned in the interns leak. And who was front and center? Princess Love. Not only was she the star, she was billed as an executive producer. Amara was nowhere in sight, though. Trailer made no mention of the original pitch. No co-creator credits, nothing. Just Princess, glowing, narrating the trailer like she'd built it from scratch. Fans were stunned, shocked, and furious. Some took to the comments under the trailer, bombarding it with clown emojis, snake comments, and hashtags like #JusticeForAmara and #Queen. Stolen.Amara didn't post anything in response, but behind the scenes, her team was already in meetings. Multiple sources close to the situation confirmed that Amara had sent a legal notice to the network, demanding her original pitch materials be acknowledged. Emails, time-stamped proposals, even a voice memo of a planning meeting that included Princess on speakerphone. Amara was reportedly ready to go full scorched earth. And while all of this played out online, a new twist dropped. A leaked video recorded months ago, but only now surfacing. The video showed Princess and a producer having what looked like a very intimate dinner meeting. In the video, the producer, later identified as one of the show's key backers, was heard saying, "We'll move forward without her. She's too much of a risk." Princess didn't argue. In fact, she smiled. That smile, it broke the internet. Fans felt betrayed. Even some of Princess's longtime supporters began to question her integrity. Blog headlines screamed, "Was Amara right all along?" Princess caught smiling during shady deal. Exclusive video confirms betrayal. The pressure on Princess was rising fast. And then something no one expected. Her mother entered the chat. In a rare move, Princess's mother posted a lengthy Instagram story defending her daughter. "You don't know the full story," she wrote. "Amara was not innocent in this. There are things that happened that she's not saying. My daughter tried to keep the peace, but lies don't sleep forever." Amara didn't respond publicly, but a few hours later she went live again. This time she was different. No makeup, no filters, no background music. Just her, sitting on her bed, holding her phone. "So I guess we're bringing moms into this now," she said, voice calm but cold. "Okay?" She paused, then added, "I wasn't gonna say this, but since everyone wants the full story, let's talk about what happened in Vegas." The comment section exploded instantly. Amara took a sip of water and went on. "Vegas 2023 me, Princess and 2 other girls, won't name them. They know who they are, went out there for a brand retreat. It was supposed to be bonding, business, and building. Instead, I find out 2 days in that Princess is sleeping with the guy who brought us there. The same guy she later convinced me to pitch our show idea to." Gasps filled the chat. Amara looked dead into the camera. "You didn't just take the idea," she said. "You slept your way into the room and locked the door behind you." The live ended after that sentence. The internet exploded. Within minutes, the hashtags #VegasGate and #Amara exposed it were trending. Podcasts began recording emergency episodes. YouTube drama channels dropped rapid reactions. Even celebrities started commenting subtly. One singer tweeted, "Snakes don't hiss anymore. They smile and sign contracts." Fans immediately tied the post to the situation. Princess stayed silent again, but her inner circle, not so much. A stylist who had worked with both women dropped a vague tweet that read, "I saw the Vegas mess with my own eyes. Amara ain't lying." The drama wasn't just personal anymore, it was an avalanche. And it was swallowing everyone who had touched it. Then came another unexpected bombshell. A mutual friend leaked a screenshot of a group text from earlier that year, showing Amara warning Princess not to trust the Vegas guy because he had a history of stealing concepts and ghosting creators. The message read, "Protect yourself. He's shady. I don't trust him." Princess responded in the thread, "He's good to me. Maybe the problem's you." That line became a meme within hours, and as if that wasn't enough, someone leaked the full pitch deck of the original show, and guess what name was front and center under co-creator? Amara La Negra. Fans felt vindicated. Receipts had arrived. And the narrative started shifting hard. Blogs that were hesitant before now posted headlines like, "Amara was right." Proof finally surfaces in Prince's betrayal. And Amara clears her name. With leaked docs, the pressure became too much. And finally, Princess broke her silence. A video, not a slick, polished apology. Not a statement read from a phone. It's just a close-up of her face. Eyes red, voice shaking. "I didn't steal anything," she said. "I made decisions that I thought were best for my career. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I trusted the wrong people. But I didn't try to hurt Amara. I never wanted this." She wiped a tear and added, "I was just trying to survive in a cutthroat business." The video was shared everywhere. Fans were divided again. Some called it brave. Others called it damage. Control. But either way, it added another layer of complication to an already twisted story. And right when the internet thought it had seen everything, yet another twist hit. Someone leaked an unreleased episode of Legacy Queens. And guess who was mentioned multiple times? Amara. Clips from the episode showed Princess and another cast member discussing a former friend who went ghost. And even included a shady line where someone said, "Not everyone's meant for this level." The cast laughed. The audience, DID in single quotes to fans, were livid. They felt lied to. They felt like they were watching a woman's identity and work get erased in front of them. And Amara? She stayed quiet. The leaked episode had barely made its way across fan pages before Amara's silence started to shift from mysterious to powerful. She hadn't posted, hadn't commented, hadn't even liked a single thing, and yet her presence was being felt louder than ever. Bloggers called it the quiet before the storm, and her fan base. They were preparing for war. "Amara is cooking," one viral tweet read, "and when she drops, it's over for everyone." And they were right. Without warning, Amara dropped a full, unfiltered, 1-hour documentary-style YouTube video. Not a rant, not a dragged-out response, a documentary. It's titled simply Unauthorized. From the first frame, it was clear this was not business as usual. It opened with old footage of Amara and Princess from years ago. Laughing, planning, rehearsing. Then cut to Amara sitting in a director's chair, lit dramatically. Looking straight into the camera. "I let them tell my story for too long," she began. "Now you're gonna hear it from me," and just like that, the narrative flipped again. The documentary walked viewers through everything. The pitch process, the Vegas trip, emails, meetings, texts. Amara had receipts layered between confessionals and behind the scenes. Footage never before seen. Even raw clips from when she was still trying to save the friendship, including one heartbreaking voice note where she tells Princess, "You don't even see how much this is breaking me." Emotions ran high. Fans were floored. Comments poured. And this feels like betrayal on a soul level. Amara didn't just expose a friend. She exposed a system. This is bigger than a fight. This is about credit, about voice, about being erased. And then came the climax. A confrontation clip, shot months ago, but never aired, a one-on-one between Amara and Princess in a quiet trailer dressing room. Apparently after a rehearsal for a now-canceled joint panel appearance. The air in the room was thick with tension. Amara sat on the couch, arms crossed. Princess paced near the vanity. "So you're not even going to admit it?" Amara asked, voice trembling. Princess turned. "Admit what?" "That I got an opportunity you didn't?" Amara shook her head. "No, that you cut me out. That you knew what this meant to me and you still let them push me aside like I was nothing." Princess exhaled sharply. "You act like this was all mine to control." "I didn't ask them to cut you, but you didn't stop them either," Amara replied, her voice rising. "You smiled, you moved on, you cashed the checks." Princess didn't answer. She just stared at the floor. The screen faded to black. Viewers were stunned. This wasn't just tea. It was a cinematic gut punch. A story of trust broken, opportunities stolen, and a woman finally taking back her voice. The documentary ended with a simple statement: produced, directed, and funded by Amara La Negra. The credits rolled. Set to an unreleased song by Amara, one fans quickly dubbed the betrayal anthem. Within hours, Unauthorized was trending #1 on YouTube. Thousands of reactions, review videos, and duets poured in. Fans dissected every frame, every line, every TAMP. Meanwhile, Princess went quiet again, but the pressure was mounting. Brands that had partnered with her began receiving backlash. Hashtags were flooding her sponsored posts. Public opinion had started to swing heavily in Amara's favor, with many now calling for Princess to step down from legacy queens. And just when the noise started to peak, something even more shocking happened. The network released a statement. In it, they acknowledged the controversy, confirmed that Amara had been part of early development talks, and stated that they were investigating creative credit inconsistencies. But the bombshell line? Episodes of Legacy Queens have been placed on temporary hold while this matter is addressed. That was unheard of. An actual streaming platform halting an entire art show mid-release. Fans couldn't believe it. Some called it accountability. Others called it damage control. But whatever it was huge. Amara's documentary had shaken the foundation, and now all eyes were on Princess, but the story didn't stop there. In the days following the documentary's release, multiple former collaborators of Princess came forward with their own stories. Choreographers, stylists, even a former assistant, all echoing the same theme: a pattern of credit disputes, control issues, and what one person described as strategic silence. One producer who worked on a music special 2 years ago posted a tweet saying, "This Amara situation is hitting too close. I know what it's like to be promised a seat at the table and then find out the table moved without you." The momentum built. Amara, still silent post-documentary, let the wave carry itself. She didn't comment, didn't clap back. She simply posted a single image, a photo of her younger self on a stage, with the caption, "She still believes in me." Fans flooded the post with support. Meanwhile, Princess was spotted at LAX, covering her face from paparazzi. The video clips showed her visibly shaken, refusing to answer questions. One reporter asked, "Are you going to apologize to Amara?" She didn't respond, but the internet did. The comment sections were filled with calls for accountability. Fans were No longer just upset, they were furious. Many pointed out how this situation echoed the broader pattern of Black and Afro-Latina women being pushed out of their own narratives. Amara's not just fighting for herself, one fan wrote. She's fighting for every woman who's ever been silenced in the industry. And then, another leak? This time, it wasn't footage. It was a full email thread dated back nearly 8 months, showing Amara's team requesting a contract review after discovering she had been removed from the credits. The most damning part? One executive responded, "We've decided to streamline the cast and feel Princess will be the best solo lead. Please thank Amara for her contribution." Thank Amara for her contribution. The audacity of that sentence ignited another firestorm. Twitter threads dissected the language. Fans analyzed how casual the erasure was. And suddenly, the conversation shifted from drama to a serious industry reckoning. Think? Pieces popped up overnight. Why Black creatives must demand paper trails, Amara La Negra, and the politics of erasure. When friendship becomes collateral in Hollywood. The saga had gone beyond gossip. This was now a movement. And Amara, she was being hailed as a whistleblower, a warrior, a woman who didn't stay silent. But the story wasn't over. Because while Princess had stayed mostly hidden, finally made her move. A second video, longer this time, more polished. Her hair and makeup done, sitting in a stage set that looked suspiciously like a talk show. "I've seen the responses, watched the documentary, and I hear you," she began. She went on to say that she was deeply hurt by how things played out, but insisted there was more to the story that the public hadn't seen. She didn't deny the emails, didn't deny the pitch, but claimed that the network's decision was above her pay grade. And then she said something no one expected. "I've reached out to Amara privately to meet, to talk. Woman to woman, no cameras, no posts." The internet held its breath. Would Amara respond? The public didn't know what to do with Princess's video. Some said it was sincere. Others called it damage control, dressed in glam. But one thing was clear. Princess wasn't trying to fight anymore, at least not publicly. Her tone had shifted. Less defensive, more tired. Less about her image, more about saving what was left. And still, Amara said nothing. For 3 days, fans waited. Every story, every tweet, every influencer reaction came with the same question. Will Amara accept the meeting? Then finally, on a Sunday morning, soft, quiet, without drama, she posted a single word on her Instagram story. Okay, no further explanation, no time, no location. Just the word . And just like that, the sit-down was on. Sources close to both sides confirmed the two women would be meeting privately at a neutral venue. A rented lounge space in downtown Miami. No press, no entourage. Just Amara, Princess, and one camera crew that would stay off screen unless both women gave consent to release the footage. And yes, both women agreed. What followed became known as the Red Room Conversation, named after the deep red curtains and velvet armchairs that filled the lounge. Raw, uncut, unproduced, it wasn't a fight. It wasn't even really a conversation at first. Just two women sitting across from each other, unsure where to begin. Princess broke the silence first. "I didn't come to defend myself," she said softly. "I came because we used to be real. And somewhere we lost that." Amara didn't respond immediately. She was staring down, playing with her rings. Finally, she said, "I was angry. I still am. But I'm also tired of pretending it didn't hurt." Princess nodded. "I get that, do you?" Amara looked up, her eyes sharp. "'Cause it didn't just hurt my feelings. It hurt my reputation, my livelihood. People think I'm bitter because I said the truth." Princess leaned forward. "I don't think you're bitter. I think you were silenced, and I let it happen." Those words changed everything. Amara blinked. A tear slipped out, but she didn't wipe it. "Why?" Princess hesitated. "Because I was scared. Scared to lose my moment. Scared to fight the system. Scared to fight you. You didn't have to fight me, Amara said. You just had to stand beside me. Another pause. Deep, heavy. I know, Princess whispered. And I didn't. For a few moments, they just sat there. No one talked. No one moved. The silence felt like both a wound and a bomb. Finally, Amara stood up and walked to a table in the corner, picking up a folder. This is the original pitch packet, she said, placing it between them. My notes, my outline, my idea, with both our names. The way it was supposed to be. Princess opened it slowly. Sue flipped through the pages. Paused on the second. 1. A photo of them from 3 years ago, backstage at an award show. Arms around each other. I forgot about this, she murmured. I didn't, Amara said. Princess closed the folder. I want to fix it. Amara gave a soft laugh, but it wasn't cruel, just tired. I don't think it can be fixed. But maybe it can be respected. That line would go viral within hours. Because when the Red Room conversation was finally posted, fans devoured every second. It wasn't messy, it wasn't edited for drama. It was raw, uncomfortable, real. 2 women, both hurt, both guilty, both trying, and the reaction was unlike anything anyone expected. Celebrities shared it, journalists praised it, fans cried. One comment read, "This isn't reality TV. This is healing on camera." Another wrote, they didn't need a reunion. They needed a reckoning. But even amid the praise, debates still raged. Some fans refused to forgive Princess. Others questioned Amara's motives. But most agreed the Red Room was bigger than just them. It was about what happens when ego meets erasure, when friendship is tested by fame. When truth is messier than fiction, behind the scenes, things moved quickly. The network announced that Legacy Queens would be restructured, now rebranded as Reclaimed. With both Amara and Princess listed as co-creators and co-executive producers, old episodes were pulled. New filming was set to begin in 3 months. And get this, the documentary unauthorized. Nominated for 2 digital storytelling awards. Within a week. But here's where it gets even more layered. Amara declined the nomination. In a statement posted to her website, she wrote, "This project wasn't created for awards. It was created for closure. I'm proud of what it did, but now it's time to move forward." Fans were stunned. No one turns down that kind of shine. But Amara meant it. Because even though she won in the court of public opinion, in the industry, in the narrative, she didn't feel like she won. She just felt relieved. As for Princess, her image began to rebuild slowly. She started showing up to community panels, taking part in open conversations about accountability, and publicly crediting Amara in every future appearance related to Reclaimed. One particularly emotional moment came when she introduced Amara at a Women in Media event, calling her a voice that refused to be silenced even when I was the one pressing mute. The audience gave a standing ovation. It was powerful, moving, but it didn't erase everything. Because behind the scenes, there were still contracts, still lawyers, still wounds. But something had shifted. The war was over. And maybe, just maybe, a new chapter was beginning. The dust may have begun to settle, but the ripples from Amara and Princess's Red Room conversation were just beginning to spread. Fans who once chose sides now found themselves reevaluating everything. What started as a bitter feud was transforming into something no one expected. A study in reconciliation, growth, and the cost of silence. Across social media, a wave of thoughtful responses flooded in. Instead of the usual toxic back and forth, people were sharing their own stories. Stories of stolen ideas, broken friendships, and learning to forgive without forgetting. Therapists, influencers, even educators used clips from the Red Room video as teaching tools. It was no longer just entertainment. It had become cultural commentary. Amara stayed quiet for a week after the video dropped. No tweets, no lives, no red carpets. Just silence. And then one night she posted a photo, No caption, no glam. Just her sitting on her balcony looking out over the Miami skyline. Her hair in curls, eyes puffy but peaceful. It got over 2 million likes in less than 12 hours. In the comments, fans poured out support. This is what healing looks like. You didn't just win, you evolved. Thank you for being the voice so many of us didn't know we needed. But still, not everyone was on board. Some accused her of doing it all for publicity. Others questioned whether Princess really deserved forgiveness. And a handful even claimed the whole thing was staged, calling the Red Room a scripted PR stunt. Amara didn't respond. She didn't need to, because behind the scenes, she was already onto something new. Sources close to her revealed that she'd begun developing a new media company focused entirely on elevating Black and Latina women's voices, not just in front of the camera, but behind it. Writers, producers, editors, directors, all women, all stories that mattered. The name of the company, Silenced No More. And yes, Princess was one of the first guest contributors. Meanwhile, the rebranded series Reclaimed officially launched with a teaser trailer that had everyone talking. The first shot, Amara and Princess sitting in the same red velvet chairs, looking directly into the camera. No words, just music, just presence that the world was watching. But the drama still found its way in an unexpected twist. A former executive producer from the original network came forward anonymously, claiming that they had intentionally buried Amara's contributions to the initial project. Internal memos allegedly referred to her as too outspoken and difficult to brand. It was the smoking gun. Media outlets picked it up instantly. Amara didn't comment, but fans rallied around her all over again. Hashtags like #Amara exposed the industry and #Black Voices Matter exploded across platforms. The story had gone from a personal fallout to a full-blown industry reckoning. And yet, through it all, Amara remained consistent, measured, grounded. Sometimes the loudest clapback she posted is peace. As for Princess, she continued showing up in spaces she once avoided. Advocacy panels, media accountability forums, even a surprise appearance on a podcast titled From Silence to Sisterhood, where she spoke candidly about her role in the fallout. "I wasn't just afraid of losing opportunities," she said. "I was afraid of being seen as the problem, so I let someone else take the hit." The host asked her, "And now?" Princess paused. "Now, I'd rather be called difficult than dishonest." It wasn't a perfect redemption, but it was a start. Across the culture, the ripple effects continued. Young women started tagging Amara in their own pitches, saying she gave them courage to speak up. Production companies re-examined their crediting policies. And media watchdog groups used the Amara Princess case as a new gold standard for transparency. Even award shows caught on. The women were both nominated together for a Trailblazer Award honoring courage in media integrity. The moment they stepped onto that stage, arm in arm, the audience went wild. Not because everything was perfect now, not because anyone forgot the mess that led them there, but because they saw two women take control of a story meant to destroy them and use it to build something bigger. In her acceptance speech, Amara summed it up with one line: "They wanted a scandal. We gave them a movement." Those words were etched into the culture. Still, not everything healed overnight. They weren't best friends again. They didn't suddenly trust each other blindly. But there was a mutual respect now, a knowing, a shared understanding of what it meant to survive in a world built to pit you against the very people who should be your allies. So there you have it, the story that began with betrayal, exploded across social media, and somehow found its way to something deeper. Amara La Negra didn't just call out Princess Love. She peeled back the glittery layers of the industry, exposed the truth behind the silence, and reminded everyone watching that real power comes from owning your voice even when the world tells you to whisper.